Hello, everyone. It's Fabienne, and I'm so delighted to present you Christine Thomson today. Christine is an inspiring entrepreneur who wants to share with you her journey of leveraging her business from being overwhelmed to being on the road to seven figures with a life that she loves. Christine, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Fabienne.
I'm
Love this.
delighted. Me too. I love every time I'm with you. I feel like we have a lot in common, a lot of the same um, spirit connection. Would you be willing to share what your situation was like in your business, the good and also not so good, before you made the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to leverage my business? What was
Yeah,
the good, the bad, and the ugly, whatever you want to share with us?
all of the things in between. Yeah,
Yeah.
so when I decided to join Leverage, I believe I was on to be quite honest, I hadn't even made my 100% six figures yet, but
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I was on my way.
Yeah.
And I needed the support to really make the 10K, 20K months more consistent.
Yes.
So I decided that I would just go ahead and take the leap and join Leverage and also take an even bigger commitment by joining for 2 years.
Yeah.
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 So,
It's a commitment to oneself to be like, you know what? Um, I'm serious.
oh,
I'm serious
1000%.
about, yeah. Not like, oh, I'm just gonna put my toe in the water and see if I'm committed to my own success, right?
Right, right. And I just knew that what I needed was this type of program to help me with some of the behind the scenes type of things that need to happen as a business owner in order to like grow to that next level. So
Yeah.
I knew that you had everything that I needed in the program.
Yeah, and we've known each other for a very long time. I mean, when did we first meet? I feel like it was 10 years ago or more.
It was close to that. I believe
Yeah.
it was 2015.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
I was in leverage. I was in growth.
Yep.
And
The
then
precursor program.
yeah, attendant mindset, had your did a fast track day with you. I think it was the
Yeah.
very last one you had hosted before you moved to Paris. So
Yeah.
that was
That's right.
fun. So it's been a long journey, the two
Yeah,
of
so you've
us.
seen along the way that I have processes for everything, and so let's talk. You were bumping up against six figures, but not quite there.
Yeah.
You wanted more consistency. What wasn't working specifically in your business that made you say, you know what, I need to work with Fabienne again, and this time I want to work on leveraging my business. What was falling through the cracks or frustrating you?
It was really frustrating, the fact that I didn't have any systems set up, and I knew that I needed to have those systems so that my business can run more like a well-oiled machine instead of me like throwing spaghetti at the wall and all of these different things that we do as business owners as we're growing and scaling, or I would call leveraging. And
Mhm.
so I just really was exhausted. I was exhausted with that. So I knew I needed systems specifically.
I want to say something, Christine, is you were already thinking in the right direction. A lot of people don't know that they need systems. And so they're
Right.
they're still taking the approach of, oh, I'm just going to fly by the seat of my pants and, to use your words, throw spaghetti at the wall. And
Hmm.
here's what I've learned a long time ago is that approach of all hands on deck, throw spaghetti at the wall, may have gotten you or any one of us to six figures or close to six figures, but this approach will no longer work. The
Right.
only way to get to multiple six and eventually seven figures is by having a business that focuses on consistency. Because
Hmm.
Christine can't be scaled,
Right.
consistency can be scaled. So just even
Right.
having the insight, like I need systems,
Yeah.
you were already setting yourself up to leverage your business. It's been a couple of years since you first started the leverage process. What aspects of your business have you leveraged? Were you able to put systems in place? What else have you leveraged? Understanding that there is no such thing as leverage nirvana. Like you're going to keep working on it
Right.
and your results will continue to compound over the years. But what have you been able to do in just these couple of years in your business?
I feel like the biggest thing that I've been able to do that I had been trying to get done, which feels like forever, is get all of my SOPs in place. That just felt
Mm,
like such a huge accomplishment for me. And I wouldn't say it took me 2 years to do it, but it definitely took me some time to find the right person to hire, which you definitely teach us how to do inside of leverage. So I have the right person in place to help me get these SOPs, which was just so, so important. I had been trying forever. At
yeah.
least that's what it felt like. So the biggest accomplishment thus far has been getting those SOPs in place. And I
And if
really,
you're listening and you're like you're not understanding what SOPs means, they're standard operating procedures, which by the way, we did not know about this when we all first started our businesses. We thought, "Oh, if it's just gonna it'll be up to me, like everything will be on my shoulders." Um
yeah,
and and yeah, and there's a point at which everybody needs SOPs.
yes. Oh my God. Standard operating procedures really um, gave me a sense of relief
Mm,
because when you have all of these procedures and policies and things of that nature in place, you know that when you hire, you can just utilize those SOPs to help train people. And you don't have to keep recreating the wheel when it comes to training people and letting them experience from your SOPs what goes on behind the scenes to make the business work. It also helped me feel like a real, true business owner. Not that I didn't before,
sure.
but it really made it feel like legit.
Yeah. So now you started leveraging a team.
Mm,
You started leveraging some systems and standard operating procedures.
yeah.
What's happening or what's happened to your business because you have the team and you have the
Mm.
systems? What changed from even just a few years ago?
I just feel like there is a little more consistency and flow in the way that we are actually doing things in the business, especially the marketing part, because I have those SOPs in place. My virtual assistant knows exactly what to do, how to do it. I don't have to micromanage. Um, she is just off on her own doing what she needs to do, and I am doing what I am meant to be doing. So it is just amazing.
Because there was a part before, and I remember this from actually one of our Q&As. I remember you saying, I really, and I don't think I'm divulging anything. I'm just going to drop a seed. There was a point at which you were saying, there are so many aspects of my business that I don't enjoy doing all the minutia and all of that. And you felt in the beginning that you were really crushed underneath this obligation to do things that you didn't love doing. And
Yeah.
so the team and the systems have opened things up for you, and you're working, it sounds like mostly on the things that you love and are really good at, and the team is taking care of everything else.
Yeah, totally. I do remember that too, because in the beginning, I was feeling like I was the Jane of all trades, so to speak, and I was just doing way too many things and so many other things that were really important, like the things that I'm truly gifted at and are meant to be doing. Those things were falling through the cracks because I was trying to do all the administrative and anything else that needed to be done. So, yeah, I remember that. You're very, very right about that.
What aspects of the program have really worked for you?
Ooh, I love the activators so much. Um, the activators have been really the part of the program that has like giving me so much value, so much insight. Um, and the pods, I will say. I love the pods where we meet once a month. But I must say, quite honestly, for anyone who's watching or listening, the entire program is really, really great because you set it up in a way where we are supported on a weekly basis with the weekly calls, on a monthly basis with our monthly pods, on a quarterly basis with the activators, and then at the top of the year, we have the annual planning. I mean, there's
Yeah.
really no way to fail because you're supported in so many different ways. And then you have the curriculum inside of the membership portal. So
Yeah,
it's
and
just
even
a winning program.
the daily accountability,
Oh,
because
yeah,
so many
true.
of us, yeah, so many of us are wired to start new things and not wired to
Mm,
finish them. And there's nothing wrong with us. It's just we think in a different way. We we can celebrate ourselves for being wired to be risk takers and people who initiate things, and we just need a little structure for our entrepreneurial nature.
you're
Um,
absolutely right.
tell me about the community of other women entrepreneurs, Christine. How has being in this community enriched your life or your business over the last couple of years?
Well, one of the things that I enjoy about the Bold Heart community is that you tend to attract women who are very business minded. Like they're not just testing the waters, they're not just side hustling for the sake of it. They're really serious business owners, and I
Mhm,
love that.
mhm.
And it's a very diverse group of women and businesses that are in the Bold Heart community. So we can all kind of support one another, but also utilize one another if we need what someone else is offering. And everyone is just so caring and loving. I just love the Bold Heart community.
Yeah, I think you really touched on it. It's people who are serious business owners in the sense that their heart is in it. Like they're not just like lucky loos kicking tires. They're
Right,
like, okay, I'm invested in my business. I'm gonna get
right.
the help I need. I have a healthy ambition. You know,
Hmm.
it's the whole idea of like who, you know, me even dare to get the help I need to get to multiple six and seven figures. But at the same time, you touched on the big hearts and the extreme generosity and the love and the willingness to uphold each other on
Yeah.
good days and bad days. And so it's
Oh my
that
God.
combination of like, I've got a big ambition, but I've got a
Hmm.
big heart too, which is really
True.
nice.
Yes, yes. I love
Christine,
it.
what's next for your business in the sense of
Mm.
where do you see yourself being in the next 18 months to 2 or 3 years with what you've learned so far about how to leverage your business? What's possible for your business? What's possible for your life as a result of
Mm.
kind of plugging into this methodology and this mindset?
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm really focused on is the vision that I had for my business um, a couple of years ago. We rebranded from being Money Mindset Dietitian to the Manipura Center. And
Hmm.
Manipura Center for Women's Health and Wealth is what the vision ultimately was at that time. And so in within the next 18 months, because I've been a part of Leverage, I know how to differentiate, which that was like one of my favorite activators.
Activators, yeah.
And so we're going to be expanding the Manipura Center to reach more women on the health side. So we'll be doing women's health, and I'll still be doing the wealth with registered dietitians who are starting and growing their private practices. But my heart is also in serving the community with my dietitian skills as well. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be differentiating in that way. I'm going to be serving. I'm probably going to be hiring, which is something else that you teach us in leverage. So there's so much that I've learned within the leverage program that's going to get me to that next level
Yeah.
where we'll be reaching women's health clients and still working with dietitians to empower them to do their best work too.
I don't know if this is true for you as it is for me, but when I first started my business 22 years ago,
Mm,
I never thought, I never had a dream that I would be more than a one-to-one coach on the phone. I never
right.
thought that I could create a lifestyle that I love and help so many people. Did you
Mm,
ever, over
no.
time, yeah, my vision grew, but in the very beginning, did you even, what, did you have any idea that you would have a leveraged business like this?
I had no clue. First of all, when I first started my business, I was just trying to replace my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
As a dietitian, I've been in the industry for about 30 years now. And so, as a dietitian, we normally start out in clinical, and that's in hospitals and things like that. I was really trying to get out of that clinical job. So, I just wanted to, like you mentioned, work with clients one to one. I really was okay with that. And I did that on the side, but I had never thought, first and foremost, that I would be mentoring other registered dietitians and then growing a women's health center on the side. My God, I mean, it's mind blowing.
Yeah. And to be at six figures and then at multiple six figures,
Hmm.
um, it is, I mean, only 5% of all entrepreneurs ever reach this point. And there is this, like, part of my role is I notice is not just to teach people how to leverage, but to normalize the conversation of women
Yes.
making their own money
Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
and
I,
to
I
be at
agree.
the top, right? Tell me your thoughts about this. Like, you're making your
Oh.
own money and lots of it.
Yeah, totally. And it's part of my mission to do the same with my own clients. I think it's so important that women make their own money and become more independent in that way and be able to give back to their communities in the way that they are truly gifted and talented to do so, and to be able to make a contribution to their own lifestyle and their families. There's so many benefits to that. And our profession, as registered dietitians, we're like 96% women.
Yeah.
So it's it's really part of my mission to empower my own clients to do the same in the same way that you empower us in the leverage program.
Yeah, I have to say, when a woman makes her own money and lots of it, everybody in her life benefits. She has a voice, she has a choice, and if she happens to be in a situation that isn't of her highest good, when she
Mhm.
makes her own money, she can make different choices because she's not beholden to anybody or doesn't have to stay in any situations. And I really applaud that you're doing that with your dietitians, like giving them the tools to live their best life.
Yeah.
And because you've chosen to leverage your business, you're not just working with, let's say, 5 or 10 of them. Now you can set up your business model to work with so many more of them and really
Oh,
change more lives.
oh my gosh, yes. And since you mentioned that, I'm right now, as we record this, in the middle of the pre-launch stage of launching my signature program for dietitians. It's called
Mm.
the Abundance Incubator. And because of this program with you, I was okay with hiring a launch team. I'm not doing it by myself like I've done in the past, getting all burned out and oh my gosh, all of the things that goes along with launching. So I am super excited to be able to finally transition from one to one to one to many. And I hired a launch team. I'm I'm just like, who am I?
Who does that?
So,
Well,
yeah.
you know how you've heard me say this so much. This whole mindset concept of I deserve the highest support possible. I deserve the highest support available. That
Hmm.
it's not about you trying to figure out how to do something and deplete yourself of energy. It's about how can I borrow someone else's mastery
Oh my God,
and
yes.
help me because I deserve the highest level support possible. I'm creating a world-class business. I need a world-class team, world-class
Hmm.
support, and that's what you're doing, Christine.
Yeah, you're right. And I have that on post-it notes right over here on the wall.
Yeah.
I am the leader of a process-driven company, and I am the leader of a world-class team. So
Yeah.
I have post-it notes to remind me of who I am,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing who I have become and who I continue to become. It's just, I love
Mm.
it. But it's
And the
still
best is
mind-blowing.
yet to come. Yeah. The best is yet to come. Thank you, Christine, for sharing your journey with us. uh, Inspirational from going one to many, for changing lives, for showing up, following the recipe, and
Hmm.
and doing this for yourself and all the legions of dietitians that you're here to help.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, thank you for even referring to them as legions. That feels so good. I love it.
yeah,
Thank you for
you are
everything that you do for us.
needed. Hmm.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.